I want to ask you about page speed. What is kind of the framework of how to think about page speed in relation to avoiding these big disasters?
Well, I would say just keep tabs on it.
Okay.
Google, as we've talked about on this podcast before, really cares about page speed. It's a ranking factor, and it's only going to get more stringent, right?
Right.
And so,
in part because of these guys' phones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, keeping a monitor on, websites evolve over time. If you're on WordPress, for instance, your theme might update. You're going to add new plugins. You're going to add new images. A lot of things that might bog down your site. So it's a really good idea because we know that when Google does core updates, they oftentimes will include speed in that update and demote sites that aren't there, whatever their new bar is for speed, demote sites that fall below that bar. It's a good practice to keep a good tab on your page speed. So you're going to use Google's free tool called Google Page. What's it called?
Yeah, Google Page Speed. If you go to Google and just search for Google Page Speed tool, you'll go right to it.
So a good thing to put on your to-do list is every month run your site through that. Maybe keep a spreadsheet on what it was before, what it is now, and it's going to be a score. There's a mobile score and the desktop score, and more importantly, there are things inside that report. It's very detailed.
Yeah,
and it's going to show you exactly what you should address. Maybe it's images, maybe it's caching, maybe it's JavaScript, who knows what, and they'll divide it up into categories, and they'll tell you what's harming your site the most when it comes to page speed. So once a month, it's a good idea to print that out and save it, and if you see your page speed creeping down, start taking proactive action to correct that. And that's a really great way to prepare for a Google update that might include page speed as one of its factors.
Absolutely. Yeah, websites are sort of a living, breathing organism in an environment of living, breathing organisms. They're all sort of checking in with each other. And so when you have, if you have plugins that get updated automatically, or Google makes a change, you can have change on both sides that can change that relationship to how they perceive page speed, and they'll straight up knock a site down for just page speed.